What are we talking about today, bud?
The best bait ever.
Hey folks, welcome back. Today we're talking about a 9 out of 10er for me, meaning I will use this 9 out of 10 times. Now it's not this ChatterBait. We're going to talk about it. Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great 4th. It ended up being a little rainy here at the moment, but I hope you're having a good 4th of July. And if you're finding this video and it's not the 4th of July, I hope you have a good whatever it is. So yeah, we're starting with a ChatterBait here, but we're going to ditch this skirt. Once you ditch the skirt, you want to get the PowerBait HD True Color Champ Minnow. This one is in Black Nose Shiner, and this thing is deadly. Once you get your Black Nose Shiner, we're going to do something revolutionary. We're going to put it on the ChatterBait. I know, right? No, this is nothing new, but I'm always genuinely surprised by how few people I talk to that do this. They just run a ChatterBait with the skirt. They might put a trailer on there, whatever. Very few people seem to take the skirt off, even though that's discussed. A lot of people don't do it. But this setup is deadly. The flash, the shake, the minnow profile. Bass absolutely demolish this. And if there's a day where I'm not really sure what's going to come out of the bag, 9 times out of 10, this is what's going to come out of the bag. One of the biggest things here is versatility. You can fast crank this and pretty much burn it across the top. You can slow crank it, punch it down into the depths, and you can just cover pretty much everywhere in the water column with this one bait. Particular Champ Minnow in our neck of the woods mimics so much in terms of the bait fish here. We have a lot of black-nosed dace, and of course if we're pond and lake fishing, there's a lot of small largies in there, and it just mimics a lot of bass forage. That's one of the reasons I started using this. When I first started fishing the ChatterBait minus the skirt, I predominantly used the gulp minnow, which works great on this as well. It really does work well. But I always saw the Champ minnow and I thought, I'd like to try it, but the price tag scared me away a little bit. Then I finally broke down and just got a pack of them and have not been disappointed. This is crushed fish. And on top of that, this is made out of a great plastic. These things are so tough. 10, 12 fish, you're just going to start to see a little bit. It was a limb falling. This is made out of a great plastic. We're talking 10, 12, 15 fish in, you're going to start to see a lot of teeth marks. You're going to start to see some fatigue, we'll say, to the finish, but these things just don't rip up. They're super tough. And because of that, I've grown to love this thing more than the gulps that we used to fish on here. Now this setup is perfect for any kind of boot tail, smaller size boot tails, smaller size paddle tail. It works really well with a lot of things, but this particular setup, believe it or not, specifically the chartreuse head, the Champ minnow, the gold blade has been absolutely deadly on largies in our area. And it's just become a go-to for me, more so than a spinnerbait and some of the old haunts that I always threw. This one has really replaced it. So it's heating up a lot here now. So because of that, we tend to start fishing a little bit later and fishing later into the evening and into night. And the bass bite at dark is still really good. And this really works well. You've got the vibration, you've got the pulse, you've got that movement going on, and it works great at dark. One thing we do to take it to a little extra level is to put some rattles in there with the Rattle Snaker. If you don't have this, it's worth getting one. It really is. This thing works great. And this particular plastic works really well at holding those rattles. And then when it's spent, you can pull that rattle out, throw it in your next one. So that vibration plus the rattle at night makes this thing fantastic. Just in case you've never seen the Rattle Snaker, I think it's worth mentioning. We'll go over that here a little bit in just a moment. But the main focus of this video was this bait. Don't overlook this. You've got a setup here that is taking full advantage of the movement of this bait. You're throwing in flash, you're throwing in vibration. And to me, especially in the summertime, it's just offering fish that are a little bit sluggish the equivalent of the things you see in the checkout aisle of the store, like that shiny little sparkly light up thing that you don't really need, but you end up getting, then you kind of regret it, but you get it anyways. That's kind of what this is. You're giving them flash, you're giving them movement, and you're giving them that classic bait fish profile, and it just elicits strikes. Plain and simple. All right, so if you're not familiar with the Rattle Snaker, I just figured we'd show you. It's a pretty cool system, and I tend to use it a lot. Inside the handle, it just stores quite a few rattles in there, and just food for thought. If you pick one of these up and like it, do not buy the normal refills because they are way overpriced. You can get these way cheaper at Barlow Tackle, just so you know. But basically what this is a big needle that will install your rattles. So this pulls out. This is kind of a plunger. And what you do is you just select where in the bait you're going to put your rattle, and you're just going to press that needle into it, and then the rattle itself just drops down in there. You're just going to take that plunger, push it in, and that is going to put the rattle in there. And now your bait will rattle. Let me get that near the mic. So you can fish that in there anytime. I don't think it hurts to add that rattle, and it's a fairly subdued rattle. It's not insanely loud, and I like that. It just adds a little bit. But anytime we fish this after dark, we're always putting that rattle in there. And then most of the time, if I'm fishing it during the day, I'll go ahead and put the rattle in there as well. But the cool thing is, if your bait gets spent, you can pop that rattle out, put it back in your tool, and use it again. So yeah, folks, the point of this video was not to show you something that's revolutionary or something that's new. I just wanted to show you something that truly, consistently produces bass for us. Not just largies. This works really well for smallmouth as well. Both of them will crush it. This particular setup has just been deadly, and I've run all kinds of things on this. The Gulp minnow works great. I've run some Kitech and stuff like that on this, and it works really well. There's just been something about this specific combination that has been a fish crusher. I do want you to know that in the future we are going to get some more on the water videos. I'm just in the process of getting a new camera set up for that. I haven't had anything convenient as of late due to camera issues. But we're going to get a lot more stuff coming up soon where we're actually going to be on the water doing some stuff. And I've just been wanting to get some content to you until we get that put together and make that happen for you. So definitely look forward to that in the future. Thank you for stopping by. Anyone who's just stopping by, please like, please subscribe. I'm going to try to get content to you as quick as I can. And I'm going to be very open and honest about all the secret baits that produce for me. Just when I thought the video was done, Jonah was over here checking out our turtle buddy. He's lived here for a few years, actually. So I thought I'd come over and take a peek at him. But the crazy thing isn't the turtle. The crazy thing is the shoes. What?